Okay, so let's talk about this residual energy of a conflict. So first of all, we do have here the Seven of Wands, and this is a card about, self-defense. It's a card about valor. It's a card about defending our values and making sure that the other person appreciates our quirkiness, making sure the other person appreciates where we're coming from. Whatever conflict you had in the past, I definitely feel that a lot of you are coming together and mutually understanding another person, okay? Coming to a point of mutual understanding with another person, excuse me. A lot of you are dealing with an earth sign, okay? So this is a Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and this is somebody who is actually quite possessive of you, okay? I also feel they're very, very stubborn, very unchangeable, and that might have been a challenge in the past, not being able to be flexible and not being able to put themselves in another person's shoes, okay? Whenever I see this card, I feel like it might not even be an earth sign. It's just somebody who's really, really status focused, finance focused, and I almost feel like a sense of like tunnel vision with them as well. They've been stuck in their little own, like if you think about it, like they're in their own apartment for so long that they don't even know how other people behave. They don't really know what's outside. So it's like fear of stepping out of their comfort zone, okay? What I'm feeling overwhelmingly is that a lot of you, this might have been you, where you're very emotionally protected and you're very emotionally guarded, okay? And you have an idea about what you want, and you want that exciting life, and you want that, really good emotional energy exchange between another person. But I feel like you're very much stuck in your old ways, and you're not able to let go of things and relationships and people that were not good for you. So this served as one of the major challenges in getting the relationship partner that you want. And I feel like this is somebody that might have come into the picture in the past, okay? We do have the Lovers, and the Lovers is a very, very strong emotional, spiritual, physical connection between you and another person. What I'm sensing here is that we have a situation where you are having a really good time. You're out socializing and you're out, just mingling and exchanging with another person, and it's coming together in a really beautiful way. Now, this came in the very recent past. So a lot of you, this person might have already entered your life, okay? I'm getting a lot of water energy in the previous spread. So I feel that, for some of you, it might be a water sign. For others, maybe an earth sign. So I'm feeling that you're in a really good space right now and you are connecting really well with another person. I feel like one of the things that is coming through here is be very, very careful about, that whole honeymoon stage where we might we see little flaws here and there in another person. And the flaws are not enough to make or break a relationship, but we might be put into a situation where we need to defend ourselves, okay? And likewise, we might be put into a situation where we have to defend our values. And you want to be very careful about how you communicate these things. If something is important to you, by all means, say it. But if there's room to compromise, always try to compromise, because I feel like that's what's coming in. It's between what's mine and what's yours. So these are boundary issues I feel that are potentially coming through, or that are being brought to light slowly and gradually for this month, okay? But overall, it is still a really, really beautiful, harmonious union you have with another person. The foundation here indicates to me here, we have the Hangman, which is waiting on a decision from another person. It's linked up with a fire sign. So a lot of you are possibly trying to extract yourself from a fire sign, trying to leave this situation behind, or waiting on communication from a fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, Leo. And the state of the Hangman is a very, very uncomfortable space to be, okay? And it usually denotes that somebody is the communication is not flowing too great between the two of you. And you're also really, really, I feel like there's a lot of physical chemistry, okay? There's a lot of physical chemistry, and you feel that in the past this person has been very, very generous with their time, with their words, but there might be some snags along the road for this month. And mainly I feel like it is attributed to Mercury in retrograde, because I feel like, this is a really, really loving, very caring person. They're very nurturing. Sometime for this month they might be temporarily like MIA, not at their best, not operating at their best, and not pursuing you as persistently as you prefer. So if this is a romantic partner, I definitely feel there's a lot of things that are that you're waiting around from them, okay? And I definitely feel like their emotional state doesn't seem to be too good when I look at this card along with the Temperance card, okay? So the Temperance card deals with emotional fluctuation, like emotional ups and downs, and feeling a little bit worried, feeling a little bit nervous, and also feeling uncertain. This is also a card about, temperature taking. So I feel like I mentioned before, the fire sign, I feel like they have a lot riding on their reputation, on their status, and so they're really, really careful about picking a partner. So I feel like the communication might not be flowing because they might not feel that they want to invest in you fully, okay? So just something to be mindful about. So in the meantime, if you're waiting, if you've been ruminating and waiting for this one person, I feel that it's important for you to take a step back from this, because I feel like emotionally you're working yourself up over nothing, and I feel like this is someone that is still not 100% certain how they feel about you. So maybe communicating how you feel about them will make them a little bit more receptive, will get them to open up, okay? What's crowning you? And the crowning energy is pretty much what you're thinking about. We have here the Seven of Coins, and which is the Seven of Pentacles. This is a card to me that indicates, love at first sight. It's one of those, when you stare at somebody from across the room and you catch their eyes, they catch yours, and everything, there's that huge spark, okay? When it shows up in the reverse, it's basically telling you that things are going to take a long time to develop, okay? So especially if you're dealing with a fire sign, things are going to take a long time. And especially if you're dealing with an earth sign, I definitely feel that they're saying this is somebody who's a little bit too wrapped up in their financial situation right now. So it's going to take a long time for two people to see eye to eye. It's going to take a long time for love and to mature and develop in a meaningful and also in a stable way. So just be mindful that it's not, always going to be that honeymoon stage, like every day of the week, but I do feel that it's telling you to be patient, to be diligent, and especially when someone is taking their time, just be respectful and give them the space and the support that they need, and don't jump too fast, okay? Like, don't rush things along, okay? It's also linked up here with the Knight of Coins and the Wheel of Fortune in the reverse. So especially if you're dealing with an earth sign, okay, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, I feel honestly that they are just as stubborn as you. And I feel that the way that you communicate, the way that you express yourself, the things that you value are not going to align. That's what I'm feeling strongly with this this cluster. And if you've had somebody from the past that is coming back in that really, really, hurt you. And this is earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, and specifically, especially somebody from the past. And this can be their sun, moon, or rising. I feel like if someone has been really, really, really slow to act in the past, and you have this great emotional chemistry together, and all of a sudden they're in and out of the picture and you don't know like how they feel about you, I definitely feel they're making a comeback, okay? If you were in a situation where you were just, constantly staring at each other in the past and things didn't get off the ground for whatever reason, you have an opportunity to come back together again this month. So Mercury in retrograde is also a very good time for misconnections to like rekindle, to reconnect, to reconcile, and to always also like have that opportunity to rectify past mistakes and to rectify those misconnections with another person, okay? So I feel like they're coming in and they're not going to be slow about it either. So you have an opportunity with like, it's almost like a blast from the past is what I'm feeling, with another person. what's coming in your future here is the Nine of Swords and the Death card. And I feel like for you guys, emotionally, just try not to dwell on things too much. Don't analyze, overanalyze. Don't read too much between the lines, okay? Like I said, things are going to develop very, very slowly. So don't think about worst case scenarios. When you text somebody and, they're busy and it takes them like, 6, 7 hours to get back to you. Just don't think about the worst case scenario. And also, I feel like if someone is telling you, hey, let's slow things down a little bit, it means exactly just that. It's not that they want to break up. They just want to slow things down. Or if they say they need some space, give them a little bit of space, okay? So it's not the end of the world. And I feel like this is, once again, the emotional turmoil, the emotional anguish card. Thinking about the worst case scenario. So what it's saying here is that you have all these swords to protect you. You have ways of like distracting yourself. You have things that you need to take care of. And it's not like there's no use in ruminating over things that are never going to happen, or, like stop it with the negative self-talk, because I feel like a lot of you are in a or have recently met somebody. You're swept off your feet and you're trying to find, that balance between alone time versus time with another person. On the one hand, you really crave, you really enjoy your pets, your routines, your alone time. On the other hand, you really want to be with another person. So I definitely feel like some balance is going to be required of you in order to navigate the energy of this relationship, because I feel like you are in a very happy state, okay? And finding that work-life balance and also romance and work balance, that's going to be important as well. A lot of you might have been involved with somebody in your work environment and you are kind of worried about this, like how it's going to affect you both, how it's going to affect your ability to, I guess, rise in this work environment as well. And we do have the Death card. So, earlier when I mentioned that a new old ways have to be left behind so that a new you on the emotional front can emerge. That's what I feel is happening here. So you're clinging on to old ways of doing, old ways of thinking, old ways of conducting relationships, and I feel like it's not going to go well for you. But at the same time, I feel that a lot of you are going to meet someone who gently disarms you, okay? So I feel like they're a little bit more sincere. They're a little bit more like open-hearted and open-minded. And as a result of it, you might be in a situation where you are going to be able to like pick your battles, let down your walls, let down your defenses. And I feel like, be really stable with the other person. What else I'm also feeling is that a lot of you might be socially dating and you're trying to, have your cake and eat it too. That's what I'm sensing. And the energy is between an earth sign and a fire sign, okay? So Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sagittarius, Leo, and Aries. So if you are like newly dating or, trying to solidify a relationship, I feel like those are the two characters that we are choosing between, okay? So it's pretty much saying to you that you're putting yourself in a situation where, like you need to cleanly break away from one relationship before you can successfully achieve another. And there's no other way to put this, okay? So I feel like you want to hang on to both, but they're saying that you're going to have to make a choice here. And new things, new beginnings can't be had if you're lingering with like past emotional baggage, past cords of attachment, and past relationship partners. And so it's really important to be decisive about what you want to do on the romantic front. You're given a lot of blessing, and you're given another person. I feel like another person has recently come into your life, and you're very, very happy with them. And then for others of you, you're trying to like gauge between two people, or you are transitioning from one relationship to the next and you're not really sure how you want to go. Well, the trick here is just to make a clean cut. So don't be afraid. Don't cling on to things too tightly, okay? And don't sequester yourself at home either. This is a really, really good month for you to accept invitations as they come in and to make yourself emotionally available.